Hi everyone. So I was asked to do a little cracks in the cloister, like the last one where I talked about my name. Now, normally these cracks in the cloisters will be more random things, not so much about me and religion stuff, but more just general information. And I'd like your thoughts in the comments, particularly the students, because again, I want this cracks in the cloister series to be a way of showing the boys that not all monks are maybe what they think of as monks, that we are normal people, that we are, human beings, and we do interesting things. So if there's topics you want me to cover, guys, shoot something in the comments. Maybe I can cover something about some of the swords I own, or a couple cool antique knives I have, or maybe something about firearms or jiu-jitsu or something like that. Let me know. But for today, because I was asked to do something, I wanted to do sort of something that could help my freshmen, because they were asked to subscribe at the beginning of the term. And I told them one of the things that it could be is they could get videos that will help them to study. And I thought this would be a good thing to show something I'm very proud of. We see here an image of an icon. This actually is a photo which I took, but then a friend of mine, Kostya, who is just amazing with Photoshop, tweaked so that actually I can get copies made by a company called Fracture, which printed on glass and metal for me. But we see here the life of Saint Benedict. Now, I make the boys every year read the Life of Saint Benedict, which is book 2 of the Dialogues of Gregory the Great. So the Dialogues of Saint Gregory the Great were written at the end of the 6th century, and they cover the lives of many saints in Italy. His whole purpose was to show the Christians of the era that miracles still happen. But Book 2 is unique in that it deals completely with Saint Benedict, or the holy man of Nursia, Benedictus. This is where we get the title of our saint, Saint Benedict. In fact, we don't know his legal name. But at ordination, I was giving several, gifts of money. And I was thinking what to do with it. And I could have purchased vestments, and I did get a vestment or two. But I thought I'd get more value out of an icon. Because, to be blunt, I like to pray with icons. I'm more of a visual person, and I love to pray with a visual icon. So I then came up with an idea for this icon here. Now, I didn't make this. This was made by Valerie from the Prosopon School in New York. She is amazing. If you want an icon made, she has to follow all the rules that come with icons, which are extensive. But she does an amazing job. But here we have an icon which I designed to use the life of St. Benedict, but in a way that represents the vows of the Benedictines. So the 3 vows of the Benedictine Order are obedience, conversatio morum, conversion of morals, and stability. And we've used in this icon, this triptych, or 3-panel icon, the life of St. Benedict to show this. So if we look here on the far left panel, we see Benedict naked in a briar bush. This is a reference to section 3 in the Book of the Dialogues our boys read, but it's in the standard nomenclature. It'd be Roman numeral 2, section 2. And this is when the devil tempts St. Benedict at Subiaco with the image of a lustful woman, a woman he knew in Rome, naked, and he's tempted to give up his monastic life. He's tempted with lust. And so St. Benedict engages in what we would only call now aversion therapy. He strips naked and rolls around in thorn bushes. Now, St. Gregory the Great makes it very clear that actually this cured him of lust for the rest of his life. He never again was tempted with that sin of the flesh. So I used this image as a way to depict that idea of conversatio morum, of conversion of morals, conversion of life. Because in this instance, we see Benedict taking, admittedly, a very physical act, but he does something that helps cure his soul of vice in a way that's unique. On the far right, the other small triptych panel, which my green screen is messing slightly, but hopefully you can see it well enough. We see the saint much older. You notice there's age progression in all these panels. He's youngest in the far left, middle-aged in the middle, and then on the far right, he's old. This is taken, again, from the Dialogues, the book boys use, which is Terence Caudong's, it's section 16, or in the standard nomenclature, Roman numeral 38, so Roman numeral 38, sections 1 through 4. And this deals with the death of the saint, how 6 days before he died, he had his grave to be dug, and then on the day of his death, he had his monks hold him up, support him, literally, in the oratory. And we can see this in the image here. He's being held up, praying, as the Lord welcomes him into heaven. This represents stability. He dies a monk. He dies in his monastery as a monk. And again, showing that other vow. Conversatio morum on the left, stability or life, perseverance. We say when a monk dies that he persevered in the monastery until death, because it is a struggle at times, it is a fight at times. But again, using the scene from the dialogues to depict this. And that leaves obedience. And obedience is shown in the center panel. Again, we have a middle-aged Benedict, and he's holding a copy of his rule. We see in Latin, ascolta, listen. This comes from the opening line of the rule. Listen, my son, with the ear of the heart. Listen, my son, to the rule of the master, and attend to it with the ear of the heart. Not Benedict's rule, but the rule of God. Listen to the Gospels. Listen to the life of Christ. A call to listen and obey. A call to obedience. Likewise, we have a crow or a raven depicted with a piece of bread in its mouth. This is a reference to to the aspect in the dialogues where Florentius, a priest around Subiaco, around St. Benedict, actually it might have been at Monte Cassino at this time. I think it was at Monte Cassino. But where Florentius gives Benedict poison bread. And the saint realizes this. So he orders the crow to take it and leave it where, quote, no Christian can find it. So again, the crow obeys the saint's command. And this comes from, with the book our boys read, section 6, but in the standard nomenclature, it would be Roman numeral 8, section 3. And that section is section 1 through, I believe, 4. But specifically, the crow is mentioned in Roman numeral 8, section 3 of the Dialogues of St. Gregory the Great. Again, Dialogue 2. His rule, likewise, is mentioned in the Dialogues. It says how he left us the rule. That would be Roman numeral 36, section 1. But nevertheless, we see these elements. So this whole triptych, this whole panel, draws from Book 2 of the Dialogues of St. Gregory the Great to show and give me a way to every day meditate on obedience in the center, conversatio morum in the left, and stability on the right. Again, I hope you found this interesting. To the boys who find this, actually, in the video description below, there's a link to another YouTube video. It is a hidden video, but what that shows actually is every question on your final for Term 1, 2020, for the Benedictines. It's there. If you watch this video to the end, happily click on the link and you'll know your questions. To those who subscribed, to those who watched this, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed sort of how my mind works in an artistic way. Obviously, I have sausage fingers, so I'm not able to make the art myself. But this, and then my chalice, which we'll probably go over one of these days, are pieces of artwork which my mind has pulled together, which I am very proud of. And again, I like visual things. I like when images convey a message. So, take care. God bless.